What's up, guys? NepentheZ here, and welcome to another episode of Play to Win. I'm actually doing this commentary without any gameplay to watch. Usually, guys, what I do is I put the gameplay into the editor and I'll record the gameplay and stuff, and then I'll kind of fit the commentary in the space of the gameplay. But what I want to do here, guys, is do the commentary first and then put the gameplay to fit the commentary, because I want to talk about a whole bunch of stuff that's been discussed on the first video. And I want to address with you guys all the issues that you think the series might have, and what my actual aim for the series was without having a time limit on what I've got to talk about. So I don't know how long this video is going to go for, but I want to address first of all the negative things that have been said on the video. And just before I go ahead and do this thing, like, so many people have said things like dickhead, unsubbed, you're a fucking faggot, go fuck yourself, and things like that. And to those people, I'm literally just going to block you. And if the same thing happens on this video, guys, any negative comments like that will just get blocked. Anybody that wants to actually discuss the concept of the video, or discuss in a polite manner the negative points of the video, I'm more than happy to listen to you, and I'm more than happy to talk to you about those situations, which is where we start here. So I'm going to address the negatives first, guys, and then I'm going to try and discuss what I wanted from the series and where I wanted it to go. And basically, I want you guys to like or dislike the video after you listen to what I've had to say as to whether you'd like to see more of the series. And if there's an overwhelming response of dislikes, I will stop the series, because I don't want to be putting stuff on my channel where you guys are literally just going to hate and be disgusted by it. But I really want you guys to listen first to what I have to say about the series and where I aimed to go with the series before you make your judgment. So the first thing, the first negative point we had is that this team promotes sweat. Yes, it does promote sweat. It promotes sweaty play. It promotes pace whoring. But my argument today is, what team these days doesn't? 90% of the players I come up against now have got sweat teams. They got super fast wingers, super fast strikers, OP strikers. They do cutbacks and all that sort of stuff. And what's different? Like, why should I be any different? Why should the team that I use, why should I kind of hamper myself by using a team that's not overpowered, just so that I look cool on YouTube? That's that in itself, that's not cool, because I'm not being true to me. I'm not being who I should be. If I want to play with Agbonlahor, I should be able to play with Agbonlahor. Like, the thing about Agbonlahor is, yes, he's very, very fast, but his shooting isn't great and his strength isn't great. So you still need to get him into the positions to score these sweaty goals. Now, this series it contains sweaty goals, sure, but a lot of my videos have contained sweaty goals, and it never gets a reaction like this. A lot of my games, a lot of my videos have had overpowered teams, but it never gets a disliking reaction like this. Like, imagine my Brasilva squad. The right wing, we've got Maicon Liete, 5-star skills. Up front, Marlos, 88 pace, 5-star skills. Left wing, Wellington Silva, long shot trait, 5-star skills. In the centre of the park, you've got, the 5-star skillers, silver players, and they're so overpowered for being silver players. But I didn't get even near the hate that I got from this team, just because this team is pace and gold. It's like, it seems to be like, if I do a bronze team with pace, that's fine. A silver team with pace, that's fine. A gold team with pace, fuck no. Hang him. Get him out of here. Stop YouTube. Quit life. What? It just doesn't make sense to me. What you'll see in this series, guys, is me trying to win games. I just want to go on a big winning streak just for fun. I basically wanted to see how much of a winning streak I could go on, and that's where this series is aiming. That's kind of the core motives behind the series. Now, to win games, you need the best team possible, and for me, this is one of the best teams possible. The reason why I've got this team exactly like it is because it's 5-star, so you can't complain that I'm going to be coming up against weaker teams, and it's got a gold bench, which again means that I'm not bronze benching. I'm coming up against the teams I should be coming up against with this team. But more importantly, guys, the rating of these players allows it so that there is no handicap. I purposely didn't put a single inform in, and I purposely went for a good player and a bad player on each side. So in the midfield, I've got Ronaldo. He's a great player, 5-star skills. And then I've got Ramirez, who's 79 rated, and he brings that rating down so that I don't experience a handicap. And that's kind of why I've built this team exactly how I built it. Walcott, he's very fast, he's very high rated. Well, he's like, is he 82 or 83 rated? And then the other midfielder, we've got James Milner. He's only 80 rated, and he's got a great long shot. It kind of caters to all needs. The point behind the team was to have skill, pace, power, free kicks, passing, everything you could possibly want to make the the best ultimate team so that I could go on and win as many games as possible. And like I say, guys, if you guys don't want to see that series, then hit the dislike button, but listen to everything I've got to say first, and let me address every situation first. But that's kind of it. I'm not here promoting sweat. I'm not here to teach people to score a cutback. But if the cutback is on, it's not my fault the cutback is on. It's the person who's defending just is unable to defend my attacking. That's why the cutback is on. I don't have to cut back, and sometimes I do when I don't have to, and sometimes I don't when I could. But the point is, if you're defensively bad enough to let someone to get into a position where they can pass it across goal, that's your bad defending, not my bad attacking. It's no, you know. AirJake's FIFA calls it the smart pass, and that's what we're going to go with from now on. The smart pass is the pass across goal to score the goal to win the game. The aim of the series is to win as many games as possible, so I'm not going to deliberately not score and potentially lose a game just because I think the thousands of people that watch the video are going to get pissed off with me. Like, it's ridiculous. The next subject was brought up was it's boring to watch. If you guys genuinely find this boring to watch, that's fair enough. I don't make montages. My Ruiner Randomers contain cutbacks. They contain boring play, but you know, people love those. The thing about this series is I've played a lot of games in this now, and I'm quite far in, and I still haven't lost, obviously. But a lot of the goals that I score are absolutely incredible, especially considering there's only one 5-star skiller in between the two teams and only a handful of 4-star skillers. Like, the only 4-star skillers I've got Walcott, Lennon, Cisse, Arteta, and then the 5-star skiller is Ronaldo. So I've not got many skillers in the team, but when I score skill goals sometimes, like I've scored a skill goal with Agbonlahor that is unbelievable, and you know, his 3-star skills. When I score these skill goals, I don't think it's boring to watch. I don't think the goals I score, they get better as the games go on, because when you go 1 or 2-0 up against an opponent, their defence crumbles, they get frustrated, they start sliding in and stuff, and it allows you to score really, really nice goals. So for me, I don't think it's personally boring to watch. If somebody else did a series like this, like Shane3088 does, I would watch it, and I do watch his series, and I would watch anybody else that does this kind of series because I would enjoy it. So yeah, I don't personally believe the goals are boring to watch. You guys couldn't even judge whether it's going to be boring to watch or not because you've not seen the gameplay, you've not seen the goals. So I think the goals are very entertaining. There's maybe 10% of them are cutbacks or crosses that are boring and stuff, but I've scored overhead kicks, I've got corner routines in there, I've got a lot of stuff, a lot of variety within the goals, skill goals, long range goals, scoop chips, regular chips. There's a lot of everything in there. Free kicks as well, and like, you know, if you guys give the series a chance, I think you actually enjoy watching what you see and getting behind me on a winning streak. The next thing to address was, this is against everything I said I hated, and yes, it is. I hate sweaty play, I hate cutbacks, I hate pace noobs. That's fine. I do hate those things when they're scored against me, but it's like everything. When a skill goal is scored against me, I'm like, fucking overpowered skillers, man. What the fuck, you know? Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's human nature to get defensive when things aren't going your way. So when I concede a cutback, like I just said earlier in this video, if I'm defensively bad enough to allow the cutback, that's my fault, not the person who scores the cutback's fault. The only difference is you hear my opinion on it. You don't hear the other person's opinion on it when I score it or concede it. So I could be saying you're a cheap, fucking sweaty, cunty player. He could be sitting there saying, I didn't want to lose the game, I wanted to score the cutback. And that's fair enough. You only get to hear my side of the story. So yes, this is against a lot of the things that I say. But like I said, I wanted the whole point of the series to be about how many games I could win, rather than the gameplay involved. I thought maybe it'd be amazing if I could go on a 50 or 100 or 200 win streak. Like, I thought that would be something unique and something entertaining to YouTube. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And again, if you correct me, if you want to talk to me and discuss this with me in like an adult manner, I'm more than happy to take points on board. And if the case is so that people will ask more questions after this video, I'll make another video similar to this where I just address the situations and we discuss them before we decide whether we're going to actually move forwards with the series or not. The next negative point we've got is price fixing. People already complaining that these players have been price fixed. All the players I have in this team, bar maybe 2 or 3, are unable to be price fixed. Agbonlahor, Sturridge, Walcott, Lennon, Milner, Ramirez, there's hundreds of them on the market. They've got such a high card weight that almost every pack you open, you're likely to get one of these players. And the amount of packs that gets opened, the market will always be flooded with these players. The only players that would potentially be price fixed is maybe Yaya Toure, maybe Company. But again, there's so many of them on the market that I don't see it happening. I don't have that much of an impact on Ultimate Team that I can dictate that all these players get price fixed. You know, maybe 25,000-30,000 people will watch this video. But there's millions of people that play Ultimate Team, so the actual scale of how much of an impact I have on these players is minimal. The next negative point was the fact that these are overpowered players, and yes, they are overpowered players, but like I said back at the start, there's not many teams now that you create where there aren't overpowered players. You always want to have the overpowered players to give yourself the best option of winning the game. If they're there to be used, why not use them? I mean, it would be great if Agbonlahor had a little bit less pace and maybe 4-star skills, but that's not who he is, so he's not going to be that way in FIFA. I'm not going to just not use players to give myself a less chance of going on a big win streak. Like I say, the whole point behind this series, or the core point behind this series, is to go on the biggest win streak possible and to give myself the best opportunity of going on the biggest win streak possible. And I'll be honest, I didn't expect the massive negative reaction that this got. I did think there would be a handful of people, you know, a small group of people that'd be like, this is ridiculous, it's an overpowered sweat team. But I thought that they would get on board with the series once they realised that I'm just trying to go on a win streak for your guys' entertainment. But if it's not entertaining, I won't do it. Like I'm not. I believe in myself, and I believe in my YouTube channel, and I believe in the series that I do to be good. And if you don't enjoy them, then feel free not to watch them. Feel free to unsubscribe. I hold nothing against you. That's absolutely fine. So I do believe in myself. I don't start a series and think, fuck, let me get their judgment first and then see if I'm going to continue the series. I start a series because I think it's going to be entertaining and I think it's going to be enjoyable to watch. If there's ever an uproar like this, like there was with the retirement project, I'll reconsider and I'll either stop or carry on with the series. Now with the retirement project, I decided it wasn't good to carry on. People really didn't like the series. They thought it would be boring. They thought, it's just another Road to Glory with a small twist. And I took that on board, and I've stopped the series, and I'll never do the retirement project again because it had an overwhelming lack of support. And if this has the same thing, then it will be absolutely the same issue. And it's very, very possible that I'll delete the initial videos just because it will be less of a head sore, like in a week's time when some Randy watches a video and gives me a barrage of hate for it, even though I don't do the series anymore. The last negative point about this series that came up in the comment section a lot was the fact that I don't stick to a series. It's somewhat true, but it's not entirely true. A lot of the series that I do on YouTube aren't continuable series where there's episodes after episodes. For example, shooting for silverware is just me playing in a trophy. I win the trophy, I show you guys the highlights. I can do that today, next week, tomorrow. It's not a series where there's a progression. It's just one trophy. I either win it or I don't, and I upload the video. Not in a Road to Glory sense where, there's a new episode, you buy players and stuff. So I can start and stop that series on a whim. The same with This Is Why I'm Hot. It's the same with what's the other series that I do? I can't remember, but as I said in the first video, 100 and Out and the Rise to Fame, I'm gonna be ending. I don't enjoy playing them anymore. I don't think you guys enjoy watching them, so I'm gonna finish them, get them uploaded to YouTube, and get them out of the way and come on to something new. The series with Calfreezy is a little bit difficult to finish because we both have to have the same time of a day to upload the video, because we upload them simultaneously, so you guys get to watch both our progress at the same time. So it's very hard for me to just sit here and say, yeah, let me upload that tomorrow, because if Calfreezy doesn't have the time to upload that tomorrow, or doesn't have the footage to upload that tomorrow, I can't upload that tomorrow. So that's why that series has kind of taken a bit of a back burner. And it's another one of those where it's not super enjoyable to play. At the start, we thought it would be enjoyable to play, race to 100 wins, it would be fun, but we're starting with a bronze team, and you're never really going to get an amazing gold team to play with. So the content and the gameplay is going to be no better than what you're seeing here on Play to Win. So that was all the negative points, guys, about this video, and hopefully I've kind of given you my feedback on what those points were and why I've done that. So think what you will with that, but now I'm going to give you the positives of what I think this series will bring. So this is a cheap, effective team. I get asked, every time I do a squad builder, I get asked to build a team 20,000 coin team or a 50,000 coin team or a 40,000 coin team, because not everybody has the coins to build a super team. This is a fantastic team to play with. It's really, really enjoyable to play with this team. And excluding Ronaldo, you can probably pick up all the other players in the team for no more than 50,000 coins. That's 21 players for 50,000 coins that you will have super, super enjoyment out of. So in terms of squad builders and like if you're stuck and you want to play with a team that you really enjoy, this is a team that you will really, really enjoy. Now, you might like 5-star skillers more, so instead of having Walcott on the right, you can have Ben Arthur on the right, and instead of having Arteta in the middle, you can have Taarabt in the middle. You don't even have to go Premier League, but this is a good core team to show you that you can have a lot of fun whilst building a very cheap team. The next positive that I think of this is, in so many of my videos, I get a little bit of hate for doing pointless skills and not going to score the goal. This series is completely opposite to that. I go simply for the goals. I go and try and score goals. Maybe if I'm winning 3, 4 or 5-0, I'll try and do nice skills and score goals. But in general, this is about going for the win first, not the pointless skills. I get so many people frustrated at me when I try a skill move instead of a finesse shot in a Ruin Arandama, and I end up failing the skill move, and oh my god, you're not a skiller, and all that business comes about. So this completely negates that fact, and it gives you what I thought you would have wanted out of what I've got, and that's to just do a video where I score goals, nice goals, some skill goals, some sweat goals. It kind of has a fully mixed bag. Next positive we got here, guys, is, as I actually said these before, I don't have a bronze bench and we don't get a handicap from this team. They are massive positives in FIFA, because right now in FIFA there is clear handicap. I don't care if you say it or not, and if you believe it or not, I believe there is, and I believe it's very, very clear that there's a handicap or momentum, whatever you want to call it. And I don't have a bronze bench, so I'm not sitting here saying I'm fucking amazing at FIFA. Look at me with this 3-star gold overpowered team with a bronze bench full of 40 whilst I come up against the silver teams. I'm saying, hey, I want to win games with a 5-star team and a 5-star bench, and that's exactly what I'm doing, and that's exactly what the series is about. The last two things I've got, 90% of the teams that I come up against are overpowered. Look at the teams I come up against in this video, in the last video, and the teams I'm going to be coming up against. I come up against some really, really great teams and some really, really average teams, and all of them have overpowered players. So I'm not doing anything different to what anybody else is already doing. Sure, you want to see me use different teams and stuff, but this series isn't going to be a series that I do every day. It's not going to be my primary series. It's just going to be a series that I'm also doing. So my primary series is and will always be Ruin Arandama. I love those. It's a long video. You guys get on board with it. You guys love the live comms. I love building the teams and doing the live comms. And in general, it's a great series for me to run. This is going to be like a once or maybe twice a week kind of series. And the last thing I have to say positively is, I get a lot of people ask me, how do I do things on FIFA? How do I make that player make that run? How do I get that ball into him? How do I defend like I defend? How do you position your players? What importance does each player in the team have in reality, and how important is chemistry? And the whole point behind this series is to teach people how to play FIFA, rather than not the whole point of this series, but a point of this series is to show people and teach people how best to play FIFA. Now, a lot of people were saying it's, we're already in June. If people don't know how to play FIFA by now, they're never going to know, and all that stuff. But that's bullcrap. Like, if you don't know how to play in June, you can know how to play by July, and then when FIFA 13 comes out, you're going to be a better player for it. So if you want to know how I defend, how you set up like custom set pieces and stuff, all of that sort of information is going to be involved in this series. How to take free kicks. I'm working on a free kick tutorial as it is anyway, but I can show you in a game like this. This is where you line up the free kick. This is where you take the free kick. This is how you take the free kick. I just feel like I've got a lot of information to give people who aren't so good at the game help, basically, and this is the series that I will go about doing it in. The very last thing I just want to say, guys, which I said right at the start of the video, is if you've got a massively negative attitude towards me, like reading through some of these comments is just unreal. How bad your demeanor, like you're just rude to me. Just like, plain rude. Like this one guy, Guitar29682. I've always said Nep is a fucking faggot, but you guys didn't believe me. People wanted to see you try to win with insane teams, not insane sweaty teams. And then a little bit later on, he says, bitch. And then like a little bit later on, he says some other shit. And it's just like, if you don't like me, or if you don't like my videos, please unsubscribe from me. I do not force you to watch my videos. I do not hold a gun to you and say watch my videos or I'll blow your fucking brains out. Instead of commenting your negative horseshit, just leave. Just don't watch the video. So I'm going to end it here, guys, with almost 21 minutes in. That's absolutely unreal. I don't even know if I've got enough footage ready for this. Right, so I'm going to finish the video up. I'm going to get this uploaded. Like I say, guys, hopefully you listen to everything I have to say before you make your judgment on this video and on this series. And then I want you to, by a show of thumbs up and thumbs down on the video, whether or not you want to see this series continued and whether or not you understand the main concept behind the series. And of course, if you've actually got anything else you want to discuss with me about the series, leave it in the comment section and I can make another video addressing any more points that anyone's got. And we can go from there. So thank you all very much for watching. Thanks to those that are understanding of what I'm trying to do with this series, even if you like it or not. And fuck those who hate. So yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time. Cheers.
No one's feeling very sorry for the opposition from this team, are they? Because they've just scored again. Pointed straight to the spot. Penalty given. They've got in to score here. This game the fans of the winning team will remember because it's been a romp for them, hasn't it? But for the other side, well, they'll be shattered at such a big defeat.
Well, you wonder how they'll recover now, what it will mean for the rest of their season.
Great game. It's been a great experience for Alan Smith and myself to broadcast it to you. Until the next